every podcast needs a good front.
Front?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
To hide the fact that we're doing all the spiritual stuff in the background.
Oh, okay.
We're just your friendly bar. Now watch our podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast, everybody. I am Spencer Cartier.
I am John Deere.
John Deere, vroom vroom on your lawnmower. And this here is Frank, looking like Frank, coming off a good weekend. It's Wednesday, guys. OMG. A new week.
WED.
What's that?
Wednesday.
Oh, WEDNESDA is how you spell it.
It's the abbreviation.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone just was abbreviating the states they had visited.
Yeah.
And for Pennsylvania, they put PV.
That's never how it's abbreviated.
I didn't correct them because who cares?
I care.
I didn't correct them because I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah.
I don't really know them. You know what I mean?
I feel like I could generally do any state. Give me a state.
Well, I don't know the answers.
No, like, I'll have the answer up, so we'll see if I'm right or wrong.
Okay, let's just go with Nebraska.
NB.
And I don't think that's it. I think it's NE.
No, that's Nevada. No, that's NV.
That's NV.
Whatever. What's up, guys? We're coming off the weekend. There wasn't a Christian meme review because we've decided.
We knew that in advance, though.
We knew that.
We said that on Friday.
But some people might not watch Friday.
All right.
Because during the summer months, everyone's out and about, and the memes are less and less. So it's better to get quality over quantity. Mm-hmm. So we're just letting them catch up.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Come September, we'll start doing them weekly again. But couldn't have done it anyway because I was on a little trip.
Yeah.
Went to Florida for the weekend.
You went no. I was going to say you went as south as you can go, but
that's as south as
it's true for the state, but it's not true in the state.
No, I was not on the southernmost tip of Florida, but I was in Florida, and it was nice. What did I do? I rode a moped for the first time. That was exciting. Obviously, living here in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, I would never ride a moped because I would be seen. Actually, you know what? I saw a normal looking guy driving a moped around, and I'm like, maybe I'm just giving it a hard time. Anyhow,
you mean, is it street legal? What is your...
It's street legal, but it's just like, there's a different vibe.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So the town that I was in Florida is very architecturally European.
Yeah.
It's like a Spanish town. And so it's very walkable. It's actually easier to be walked than it is to drive. Mm-hmm. And so you see scooters or mopeds everywhere, and it's like the perfect mode of transportation. If I ever stay down there for a long time, plan on getting one, but it was a perfect vehicle. Mm-hmm. I have no interest in motorcycles. I'm not a speed demon. I don't know. Sometimes I am, but mostly in cars. It was just like zipping around, like you're outside. It's beautiful weather. What else did I do? I rode a jet ski. Wasn't my first time, but
okay.
Love me some jet skis.
You sit on it?
Yeah, so it was a wave runner.
Okay.
I think the difference is a jet ski is smaller.
Okay.
Where like you're kind of either standing or kneeling.
Yeah.
Where a wave runner is like the big like things you can sit on. You can sit on with a partner.
Okay.
You can just like sit and hang out. Where I feel like jet skis are more vroom vroom. I don't know. Maybe there isn't a difference. But that was also a lot of fun. Any little small vehicle that you feel just you're in control of.
Yeah.
It's an extension of your body.
Right.
Love it. Not done. No, but
I was going to comment on what you were talking about.
Okay. Well, then the last thing was the water. I don't know where you guys are from, you listeners out from yonder places of the world, the far reaches of our planet, but I am used to the Atlantic Ocean, which this also is the Atlantic Ocean. I'm used to the Jersey Shore.
North Atlantic.
Everyone, you've seen the show Jersey Shore.
Is it the North Atlantic?
Even if you've never been.
Not beyond Canada, but if you think of America, Northeast Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, Northeast Atlantic Ocean. You've watched Jersey Shore. You know the beach even if you've never been there.
It might not be the North. That might be Maine. I think it's the Mid-Atlantic.
Mid-Atlantic region. That sounds... I think I've heard that before. That
sounds right. Okay.
And so you guys know it. It is cold.
Not as cold as Maine.
No, but you have to even in August when the weather's scorching, you still got to get used to that water. Mm-hmm. And so that's all I've ever known my entire life. And so when I tell you this water was warm, I don't know. I don't really like freak. I'm sure people like freak in the Bahamas and stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, you think that water is warm?" But for me,
Well, of course. You didn't say it can't get warmer.
I don't think it could.
Really?
It was so warm. Like you walk in it, and it's like you could take a nap in it. You could just jump into it and just fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah, why not? So that's everything I have to say about.
I wonder if it has to do with
Sunshine
waves
State.
too, because the waves are really calm down there, right?
No,
Oh.
the day I went, it was.
What do I know?
It was coming off of a storm, and I don't even think I would have swam in the water. It was like one of these
Murky.
like not even murky, but like in the Atlantic, or sorry, in like the Jersey Shore, you get one wave and one wave. This was like a wave and then a wave behind, a wave behind, a wave
Really?
behind. It was like I don't think you could be able to surf on it because it was
Okay.
like wave, 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 wave.
Okay.
But the water was just so warm. Yeah, that was my Florida trip. I went down to help my dad move some stuff.
Right. I made some parrot stew.
What?
I made some parrot stew.
What is that? Oh, okay. You're not talking about the bird. You're talking about pears and carrots. You tricked them.
Got him. I kind of messed up when I pronounced it a parrot. I said
Parrot?
It's parrot.
But then it would have defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
How was it?
I liked it.
Now, when you say parrot stew,
Nothing in it but stewed pears and carrots.
Now, what is the definition of stewed? Was it actually stewed, or did you like just
I don't know.
sautéed? No, sautéed is when you push it around.
On a pan, yeah.
This is like
This was
simmered.
Yeah, simmered. Is that a stew? You must stew?
I think stew needs to have a broth. Like,
well, I put water in it.
okay.
So I put some water, chopped up pear, chopped up carrot, and then it stewed on the stove for
Did
hours.
it caramelize?
It did turn brown.
Okay.
Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
And final product?
I liked it.
Baby food? That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
The pears did break completely down, even though it was thickish, because the water evaporated somewhat. But the carrots, carrots get some praise for keeping themselves together.
Really?
Carrots were still in there.
Well, I'm sure then you could have emulsified it.
Yeah.
We used to make back at the last cooking job I had. I was the soup man, and there was these big old pots of soup because it was like for a whole restaurant. And I love soup's my favorite food, so I took pride in it. But it just reminded me of the split pea soup.
Oh yeah,
which I loved. But you cook it, you break the split peas, and there's like carrots in that, onions and stuff. But then at the end you emulsify it, so it's
okay.
But the one thing that gets gross with the split, it's not gross. Nothing's gross about it, but is when you're burning out the next day because you make like batches and batches. It congeals.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like when you dump out a
Yeah.
refrigerated thing of it, it's a little bit unsettling, but then it turns real
Yeah.
nice and delicious.
Yeah, this you said, is it a stew? You know, there's a term if someone is you'll say like he's stewing over there, and it means
He's just sort of boiling.
he's
or
getting
just-
madder and
yeah.
madder. Boiling is too fast. It's just like this slow simmer. So
Slow
simmer and
simmer.
stew seem like they're going together.
Simmer and Stew. Those are my two kids' names. This is my kids. This is Simmer. This is Stew.
Stew makes sense,
Yeah.
but simmer not so much.
I call them Sim.
I like it.
Simmy.
I like different ones.
Yeah, why not? Nowadays, I feel like you can name your
You
kid
can have
like
Sammy.
Toothbrush or something.
Nowadays, it's been always a days.
Nowadays.
It's been
no,
always
back
a
in the
days.
day, you'd give your child a nice biblical name.
I can't-
If your kid's name is not Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, or Peter,
Or how about all the
Paul?
names we can't pronounce in the Bible? Like I can't pronounce Job's friends,
like
Eliphaz,
Esau.
And you were so much trouble with Esau.
Esau.
And Esau. You saw.
Yeah.
I saw. We saw.
Or
Yeah.
who was the guy that David that
You don't
he
even know his
betrayed?
wife's name.
Bathsheba.
No,
Oh,
his
Michael?
wife. See?
Michael?
You always have trouble.
Well, I just want to say Michael, but it's just with the Michal, I think it's
There
called.
are girls named Michael.
Yeah.
Or would it be Michelle? Michel, you just said?
No, it's Michal.
Oh. Michelle?
Well, I feel like back in the Hebrew, they weren't Hebrew back then, were they?
Yeah.
They were?
Jewish people. Jesus was Jewish. David was
Were they-
Jesus' uncle. Great uncle.
There's lineage somewhere. But I feel like it was a lot of the sounds.
Ugh, yeah.
So
I mean, oh, cool.
I took German, so
Guttural.
it doesn't
Yeah.
gross me out anymore. But So I don't think there would have been the Michelle.
That's very
Michelle.
Portuguese.
Pork and cheese. So anyway, what did you do while I was gone? Let me guess. You spent time in hospitals.
Unfortunately,
No.
I wish we had, because that would have meant we would have got appointments that we wanted to get. But appointments are hard to get. They're few and far between. So we were in a far between. I must have gone when you were there, but it wasn't as frequent as you would have thought.
As I would have hoped.
Hoped and thought and hoped.
Hoped and prayed.
But other than that, it was okay. And it is, it's just life, you know.
That's life. Sometimes you'll go through a whole weekend without going to the hospital, and that's okay.
No.
Don't be too hard on yourselves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can't
beat yourself up.
You can't have these expectations that this will happen this week or whatever. It's just you get through your days and
so one day you won't.
Well, that's right.
Just like summer.
That's right.
No,
I'm not even correcting you anymore. I was just gonna let you do it.
I don't know, guys. I've had a really full and fun summer. So a lot of these weeks I've been saying summer's almost over, but I think this has been the fullest summer I've had of doing things that I'm almost looking forward to. Change of pace.
Yeah.
Maybe a little colder weather.
A little PSL.
What's that?
Pumpkin spice latte.
You just love the little shortening WED PSL.
You're the one that said something that made me say WED.
Yeah, maybe. Anyhow, what are we talking about today?
We are talking. It's One Word Wednesday.
Oh, hey guys, didn't know it's One Word Wednesday. What we do today is we open up the Bible. No, I'm just kidding. Not today.
We do every day. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Supposed to. I think that's a bad word, right? Supposed to, should have. It's all right.
It's all right. Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
So what is our word today?
Bar.
I thought you'd never ask. So, no. What are we talking? Bar?
Bar.
Like a bar?
Barbarella. Do you know Barbarella?
Barber?
Barber.
My brother's a barber.
Your brother's a barber. It's funny. Your brother has a degree in cosmetology, I believe.
Yes.
Hairstyling, everything that goes with it, even lashes, everything, because that's when he was getting certified by Pennsylvania, that's what was being offered. And he wanted to get a barber degree after the hair degree.
Yeah.
Because barbers can shave, and it's a different criteria because you're using a straight razor.
Yeah.
Even though I do think he was taught with a straight razor at his school, but that's besides the point. But the other day I was thinking where we live in Philadelphia. So very, 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 very few places offer training in barbering. So I'm talking 1, 2 for Philadelphia and surrounding area. All that tells me is chances are any barber you go to is not certified. Well,
yeah, I'm not certified. I'm sure that the owner or the person has that full. So this is what my brother did. I'll break it down for you. You can barber with a cosmetology degree, but with a barber degree, you can only barber.
Exactly.
So he got like the full umbrella.
Exactly.
And so I think the biggest professionals, they do that.
Right.
I think, speaking of actually bars, I think I'm going to say 95% of barbers are sort of like bartenders. Where bartenders, technically you go to bartending school.
Okay.
And so if you go to the best bars, the mixologists,
yes,
they all went to schools. If you go to any local bar, the man or woman working behind the bar, they started in a little dive bar, apprenticed someone for a few weeks, and started learning. It's more about experience. You go to a new bar and it's like, no, I don't have a bartending degree, but I've been bartending for 10 years. And I think it's the same thing with barbers, where it's most of the time, not to say they're terrible barbers, but they might be great barbers. They learn from cutting their friend's hair, then working at a shop for free, sweeping floors, working their way up, instead of going from top down. Right. They went from down to the top.
Or just to the middle.
Just your average local barber.
Okay, so I was walking in the park.
And
Get
caught in any storms?
I didn't get caught. I went to. I go to a different trail now. It is less treacherous, but it is not completely treacherous.
Now, have you ever thought of just walking on a track?
Yeah. A lot of the school tracks are closed because of COVID. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. And it kind of defeats the purpose of like being in nature.
Yeah. I'm okay with
not being
in nature. The bugs kill me. I literally want to get a beekeeping hat for the gnats that try to enter my eyeballs.
Do you know what I really want, and I wish I was in Australia for? Once I learned what it was for. Do you know these authentic Australian hats where it's like between like a cowboy hat and a sombrero, but then it has those strings with the little beads?
Yeah.
Those are for bugs.
You're kidding.
It's because you're always moving.
You're kidding.
And it just so it's.
I thought they were just the strings to tighten your hat or something.
No, because it's fully around. And so you're just walking around and it looks like, it's a silly little hat, but it's just always, it's like a donkey's tail or like a horse's tail. Yeah. It's always moving. I think I might get one.
I was walking and I had on my Croak and Crow shirt and
Croak and Crow.
And a woman said to me, please tell me that shirt is for a bar because that would be a great name for a bar. And did I take that opportunity to promote our podcast, our YouTube channel, or just the word of God? Yeah. Just a happy God bless you. Thank you for asking. No, I said, yeah, that's a bar. Now, I wasn't lying because it's a future bar.
Yeah.
So no one take our name because we're going to
you better watch out for that woman.
That's why I had to tell her because guess what? If I said no, then she probably would have been opened one up real quick. At
the school I went to, the college I went to, there was this path between the library and the dining hall. And there was a big plot of circle grass.
I thought you said packed. P-A-C-T.
Patch. There was this patch of grass. There was this big plot. It was like so architecturally from a bird's eye view, it looked pretty. Okay. But you'd have to walk all the way around. Okay. So everyone, my whole time there, would walk straight across. Okay. And there was a dirt patch
People made.
and so they were making fences. They were like, don't walk in the grass. It didn't stop anyone. And finally, I just saw on Instagram, they're building a path there.
Really?
And so I think this correlates because they often say, make a path where people walk.
True.
Not where
you want them to walk.
So we're opening a bar.
We're opening a bar.
And guess what? That's just going to be one of the things we do. And then people are going to know us. They're going to be wearing our Crow shirts. They're going to be patrons.
Yes.
But I've always wanted to open a bar because it always seems so fun. I watch shows like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Right. Or The Black Donnellys, which is probably a little less known show. And like when there's like a family owns, like, even like a rundown bar, and it's just like, even if you're not getting a lot of money, you're like living there and like, you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
It always seems so nice.
It does. It does. Because if you think of the pubs, public house is more of a meeting place, a get together, a community, hey, I'll have a bag of chips and, something to wet my whistle. What
kind of bars are you going to?
The pub.
Oh.
What do you think?
No, just continue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying a bar so I'm guessing your eyebrows tell me that you're saying a bar is more like
it was the wet your whistle comment, which I get. It's just, you're just drinking, and I just said let's steamroll over it.
Okay, so what I'm saying is not to get annihilated, to get wasted.
Yeah,
if, you just have a drink.
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna have a drink.
I was always thinking of more of an like, and I don't want like a bustling like restaurant, but I'm thinking like I don't even want to make a lot of money.
Right.
I want it to be like I almost even want an older crowd.
Right.
Where they come in and they want a Reuben sandwich.
Right.
And then just a pint while they're hiding away from their wife for the after work.
That's sexist.
Or
can the wife not hide from her husband?
Or from their husband, obviously. I'm just thinking of Always Sunny, like the background people.
Yeah.
It's always like just like two older guys.
Right.
But no, it can be anyone. Man, woman, or child.
Yeah.
Not child.
I think children can go in pubs.
But in Europe.
That's what I mean.
Where it's like if you can see over the bar, you can order a drink.
Yeah. So if you see over the bar. So the reason it's called a bar, there's a fake story that people say the reason it's called a bar is because it stands for beer and alcohol. That's not right. That's BAR. That's BAA. It stands for Beal.
Oh, good choice.
Beer. What does it stand? I just looked it up.
Beer and rum.
Beer and something. Beer and I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't. That's not making sense.
Are you sure it's not booze? And so it would be all drinks, and then the R is for like food.
No, it was 2 alcohols, but you can just cut that out. What it actually stands for is the bar was the barrier. So there was a barrier
between
at all times from the drink guy, the bartender gal. I guess there was St. Pauli girl could have been back there, right? Serving up drinks. And the patrons. And I guess it's I won't even say it's because they were unruly, because there was always bars between the guy who gives you flour, the candy, anything, right? You got the bar. And that's why it's called a bar. And the old spelling is BARRE, which is how you still spell the ballet bar.
Yeah.
So, and we have locally Wilkes-Barre. How do you say it?
Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes.
Okay, so if I don't look at the word and I don't think about it, I say Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre.
But
I don't even know what I say. I think I say Wilkes-Barre. No, I don't say anything.
Wilkes-Barre?
You know, I don't even talk about it.
Listen, it's a place near us.
Yeah.
It's called Wilkes-Barre. Just mumble it.
It's called Wilkes-Barre.
I heard it on The Office before. And I was like, oh, Wilkes-Barre, that's funny. So that is spelled Wilkes, like Wilkes, like John Wilkes Booth. And bar, which is Barre, Barry maybe, because it was so there are two soldiers, Wilkes and Barry.
Okay.
He was an Irish soldier, but he was American, and he is the reason that we say Sons of Liberty. He coined that phrase for the Americans who were in opposition to the English.
Look at that. Ain't that something?
Bar. Or we can remember our good old friend Barack Obama.
Okay.
And that means blessed in Arabic.
Oh, nice. Now the people are asking, Spencer, and your name was?
My name was John Deere.
John Deere.
John
Mrs.
Deere.
You guys have a Christian podcast. How are you going to align that with also owning the bar? Barry.
That's easy because I said it the other day. We talked about bingo or gambling or something. And I said, well, you can gamble and be Christian, and you can drink and be Christian, and you can have a baby out of wedlock and be Christian.
And where would you prefer your husband to be hiding from you from? At a nice Christian bar or at a evil devil bar?
Why do they have to be hiding? Why can't they go together?
They can.
Oh. Do we have childcare?
Yeah. Now, what else? No, my other question, while you have this grand idea is, are they going to be two separate entities? Or, like, is there going to be scripture on the wall?
Ooh.
Are you going to lean into the theme? Or is that pushing people away?
Huh. Well, I think we should lean into it.
Okay. I'm listening.
I think we should lean into it. Also, is it a Christian bar or is it a spiritual bar?
Spiritual bar sounds like you're going to be doing some LSD with some tapestries up.
Really?
It's a spirit. Yeah, I feel like there should be incense or something with the spiritual bar.
Could it possibly be a non-alcoholic bar? Or is that too far?
That's just a juice bar.
So?
When I think of Croak and Crow,
it's hard to get a liquor license.
Letters. What?
It's hard to get a liquor license.
In Florida?
I don't know.
I think it's a Pennsylvania thing.
Okay.
I'm picturing like rustic wood, almost Irish or an Irish bar.
Yeah, that's like our font.
Yeah, so I would lean into like some clovers and some Celtic crosses.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Virgin Mary poster. I don't know if I would go too over the top with it. Like okay. I think it's going for a comfortable place and just promote a brand like Chick-fil-A, not anything that Chick-fil-A might align with. People disagree with. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about a company who's started by a religious idea, not like throwing it in your face. But I remember back in the day, like the kids' meals used to like sometimes be like Bible stories.
Yeah.
And so like small things like that, obviously a bar scale, or you could you could lean into it and make it funny. Like, you could name some of the drinks, like, like the wine tap, say, Jesus' blood.
No way.
Is that too far?
That's too far.
Okay.
That's
I
too
guess
far.
that's making a joke, isn't it?
What's wrong with the juice bar? When you start thinking, when you're talking about wine and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to be
It's so hard to make a juice bar.
But it's so hard to make an alcoholic bar.
No, it's not. Because we're going to make a dive bar. It's like, it was one of these, not dive bar. It's going to be a pub. It's like, do you want a sandwich? Okay, we have turkey or ham.
Right.
Do you want a beer? And then as soon as they start saying IPAs or something, you hand them a Budweiser and say, I don't know where you think you are, sir.
Oh my God.
Like, it's like, my idea is people go there for either conversation with themselves or they're lonely, and it's like they don't want to go to a bustling teen bar where there's lights and stuff.
Right.
They want to just chat with the bartender who's wiping the table. Like, that's how I'm seeing.
Well, why can't you just do that non-alcoholically? And you could have fun drinks, like,
because I feel like
making non-alcoholic cool.
No, because that is getting rid of the crowd that I want.
Okay.
Like, that is the young yuppie crowd, and they're like.
But I mean, people get drunk in bars. That's what I don't want to deal with. Like, Avalon works at a country club. Yeah. Very expensive to go there. Yeah. To be part of there. It's super families. It's people having lunch at 2:00 in the afternoon. And she's like, they get drunk. Mm-hmm. Like, I really don't feel like dealing with that.
So, what would Jesus want to deal with?
I don't know.
Those are the people that need you the most.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You're going for the local crowd who just. The people at juice bars, they don't need anyone to talk to. They're going to walk in.
Well, I hate you're calling it a juice bar because that does have a stereotype.
They're walking in with their 5 other sorority sisters, and they're getting mad at you for the 10-minute wait.
Yeah.
You want to find old man McGilligan who just literally just wants someone to talk to, and he'll order a pint and a turkey melt.
Okay.
And I'll make up the turkey melt, and he'll be talking about his day, and then you might.
You know where I'm really getting a vibe. When we were in Spain, there were a lot of teeny tiny bars. People would just put up this old man. He had a bar. Literally, I am not kidding you. If I'm him, you were me. Yeah, it was that narrow.
That's what I want.
It was teeny tiny, and he had something. He had an affection for airplanes or something. So behind him was like all these old timey photos of airplanes, right? The drinks, I think you might have had like 3 choices, like seltzer water, maybe wine, beer. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. And then
you said I want a beer. You can't say
no.
I want an IPA called Lock Haven's.
And then he offered food, but it was what he made that day.
Perfect.
So when we went in, he would go, "Do you want something to eat?" Mm-hmm. And we'd be like, "Okay." And then he'd either give you like a little, like you said, a little melt. He'd give you a little bowl of soup, whatever it was. But it wasn't choices. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want right there. I want it small. It's not a party. You maybe have some like light music in the background. Yeah. But boom, 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 boom. Perf, Croak and Crow. And then you say, hey, check out our podcast.
In the Bible, you can look up the word bar. It's written a few times. You're going to see different things like bars of gold, obviously, or bars like of a prison gate. Yeah. Leviticus 26:13. God says, I broke the bars of your yoke. I freed you from slavery so you could hold your head up high. Nothing
about bars.
There were 208 entries and I only looked at 25.
Perfect. But yeah, but in general, I don't know. I'd like to own a bar. Obviously, this podcast and this movement comes first, but every podcast needs a good front.
Front?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
To hide the fact that we're doing all the spiritual stuff in the background.
Oh, okay.
We're just your friendly bar. Now watch our podcast. No, it would be nice, and then you know what the other best part about it is? I'll tell you. We're saying, local patron stuff. As we grow and build this family that's you guys. Are they? If someone comes to our house right now and says we watch Croak and Crow, I'd freak out a bit. I would probably say, you're scaring me. Why are you at my front door?
You mean a stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if we had a bar.
Right.
And someone did have a question, it's like, I watch your podcast. I'm quite interested in what you guys think. Come over to the Croak and Crow bar.
You know what I just thought?
Sit down and talk to us.
What if the old lady was an angel? And she was telling me to do it.
We gotta go, guys. Thank you for watching.
We have work to do.
We'll be back tomorrow for Walk Through Thursday. Peace.
Bye.